Kathryn Leuci, and I'm applying to the Spring at Tisch program at NYU for spring 2011. I believe that one of my greatest strengths as an actor is my natural instinct. I absolutely love cold readings because I get handed the script and I have to get an immediate sense of who this character is. And then you have to commit to it in the moment because it's a cold reading. I also believe that one of my greatest assets is my commitment to acting and to theater in general because this is what I want to do forever. But I think that one of probably my biggest weakness is the way that I struggle to relax, both as an actor and just as a person. I tend to get a little bit uptight, and when I'm on stage and that happens, I lose focus on the character and on my objectives. But I think that the Tisch program can really help me find some new techniques that will help me relax. I also know that Tisch concentrates on strengthening the actor in their body, voice, and imagination, which are all of the tools that I need to command as an actor. Basically, this program does everything, and that's exactly what I want, because this is what I want to do forever. It's the only future I can commit myself to and be truly happy. But if, for some tragic reason, I couldn't do theater, I'd have to do something creative. I'd probably explore fashion design, interior design, or architecture. Besides my dramatic arts major, I have a French minor that I picked up just because I love French, and I love learning grammar, which is kind of nerdy, but still totally cool. And someday I'd love to learn Italian and Russian. Let's see, last semester I took an introductory linguistics course, which I really enjoyed. It was really fascinating how much I learned about language and communication and how relatable it is to acting. So currently I'm in a costuming class which is required for the major, but I'm enjoying it from both the design and construction standpoint because I love working with my hands and I love creating and I just love building. So that's pretty great. And I also play volleyball on a regular basis because I want to stay, fit, but it helps me relax and it helps me focus on achieving multiple objectives at once. So the two pieces that I'm doing for you tonight are from When the Messenger is Hot and Population Growth. When the Messenger is Hot is a one-act piece that follows the character Josie. Josie lost her mother 3 years ago, but hasn't accepted her death. And so the play sort of takes you through the stages of her denial and acceptance throughout these 3 years. And then in Population Growth, my character Charlotte has her best friend Donna, who sets her up on a double blind date because Donna wants to get back together with her ex-boyfriend, and so then her ex-boyfriend brings his brother on this double date, and shenanigans ensue for all. So, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, this is the part where I realize, via a simple metaphor, that my mother is not coming back. The part where I snap out of denial and realize that there will be no big reunion, that she will not send me vitamins and make me chicken soup again when I'm sick, that she will not buy me a new tea kettle when mine gets rusty. The part where I realize that we will never go outlet shopping again, never decorate another Christmas tree, never again giggle uncontrollably about my cousin's famously cheap Christmas presents. The part where I understand that she will not come to Chicago again, and we will not have coffee on my porch, and that she will never get to meet Connor, or Lisa, or Tracy, or my great new boyfriend, hypothetical, and that they'll never get to meet her. The part where I realize that I will never get to ask her all of the questions that I want to ask her. Like, how do you knit a popcorn stitch? Like, what's the exact basil to oregano ratio for the perfect marinara? Like, how come I have no brothers or sisters? Like, what was I like when I was a kid? What were you like, and what was Grandma like then? And what was it that made you so sad sometimes? The part part where I realized that I will never get to tell her that even though she was completely crazy, but I would never want another mom in a million years. That even Mrs. C would pale in comparison. The part where I finally understand why my mother wasn't there to help me get through my mother's death, because it still makes sense to me that anybody would need their mom at a time like that. But it isn't. This is the part where I go to North Dakota and drive to every bus station south of Minot with a picture of my mom. Excuse me, have you seen this woman? Excuse me, this is a picture of my mother who is missing. You haven't seen her, have you? My best friend Donna is big on moral support. Her idea of moral support is to escort you with a vice-like grip to whichever place she thinks you should be, and then to block the door with her body so you can't get away. This whole miserable experience has been Donna's idea. In fact, most of the true clunkers, the real "why don't I just shoot myself now and save us all out of trouble" moments in my life can be traced back to Donna. For example, when we were 12, Donna had me sign up for our high school's Daredevil Talent and Magic Night because she thought it would help me get a boyfriend. Yeah, my act, carefully planned by Donna, was to juggle scissors. Why? Because boys love girls that flirt with danger. I don't need to tell you how that went. Here's another favorite. Hiding a Ziploc bag of vodka-infused watermelon chunks down the front of my prom dress. Yeah, that was also Donna's idea. You know, you'd think, given the size of the world's population, I'd have less trouble choosing people to hang out with. But no. I've been stuck to Donna like white on rice